Welcome, moviegoers. Is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 the greatest Sonic film in the entire franchise? Well, we're going to find out today in my review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The movie will be rated in 5 categories: plot, acting, cinematography, soundtrack, entertainment value, and lastly, an overall score will be given. These categories will be rated on a 10-point scale. 0 to 2 is hot garbage, 2 to 4, bad, 4 to 6, average, 6 to 8, good, and 8 to 10 is amazing. Alright, moviegoers, before we get into this review, make sure you hit the like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future reviews. Now, the plot of Sonic 3 is really, really good. I would say that it's probably the best plot of the entire Sonic franchise. It flows from beginning to end. There's no point where the plot bogs down or slows down. It's very fast paced. It just flows from beginning all the way to the end. There are times when we have some flashbacks, and even in these flashbacks, it's not taking away from the story progressing. It adds to the story. It helps it. It makes it move along. It doesn't stay too long in the flashbacks. It stays just long enough to give us the information that we need, and then gets back to the main plot of the movie. So if I was going to give a score for the plot on a scale of 10, I would give the plot an 8.0. Now, on to the acting. The acting, we have Jim Carrey in this movie, and Jim Carrey is absolutely phenomenal. He does a great job. There is a special aspect to this film, and I don't want to give it away, and in this special aspect, Jim Carrey just knocks it out of the park. He's just made for this type of a role. It's so good. It's corny. It's great. His comedic timing is just perfect. Outside of that, the rest of the cast did a pretty good job. My only critique, I would say, of the acting would be Shadow. And Shadow was voiced by Keanu Reeves. And for me, it just didn't seem like it fit. Like, it kind of just pulled me out a little bit. Like, the voice just didn't seem to match the character, and it just didn't work that well for me. It didn't take me out of the movie entirely, but in the moments where Shadow was talking and I'm hearing Keanu Reeves' voice, all I could think about is Keanu Reeves and not what's going on the screen. So that pulled me out a little bit. So because of that, I have to give that a little knock on the acting, but not too much. I would give the overall acting a 7.5. Now, the cinematography, the CGI in this movie was good for the most part, except for Tails. The CGI in Tails, I don't know what it was, but it just didn't seem very good at all. It just looked creepy at times. It just looked not completed at times. And it was just, for the most part, that character. The rest of the CGI really looked pretty decent for the most part. But that was probably the biggest thing, that this Tails seemed just off and a little bit creepy in its CGI. And it really kind of pulled me out of what was going on, because I'm just like, what is... Yeah, it was just weird. But beyond that, the movie was shot really well. The action sequences were pretty good. And overall, the movie had a good flow. The fight scenes, awesome. Jim Carrey scenes, if you know, when you get in the movie and you see it and what Jim Carrey does and how he has to do it, that was done really well. And it didn't make you question anything. You'll find out when you go see it. But it was really done. So because of the CGI, I'm going to have to knock it a decent amount. It was just average for the cinematography. I'm going to give it a 5.5. Now, the soundtrack was solid. It wasn't great, but it definitely wasn't average or terrible. The songs that were chosen for the fight sequences and the action sequences were well. They fit what was going on the screen. So, like I say, it wasn't great. I wasn't like just singing along or wanting to bob my head to the music that was going on, but it was definitely way better than average or terrible. So I would give the soundtrack a 6.5. And for the entertainment value, this movie did exactly what it was meant to do. It met every probably quota that the director was trying to do to reach the audience that he was trying to reach. It was extremely entertaining. I think fans will enjoy this movie a lot. I think the people who are fans of Sonic will like it. I think it fits the lore. It changed a little bit from what I've read, but I think because of the plot of this movie, it still works, and fans of the Sonic series would enjoy it. And even new people who haven't seen Sonic, I think those people will really enjoy this movie too. It really draws you in. It really connects with you as a person, and this is really good. It keeps you engaged. And because of that, I'm going to give the entertainment value an 8.5. So overall, because of these things, because it had a really good plot, because it was very entertaining, because the acting was pretty good, I'm going to give the overall rating for this movie as a 7.2, which is a solid movie. It's a good movie. It's right in the middle of that good range, and that's what it was. It was a good movie from beginning to end. Wasn't great, but definitely was better than just average movie. It was good. So we'll give it a 7.2. And until next time, everyone, we'll see you.